It can be really exasperating when you feel like you've done all the rounds in the gyms in your city, tried all the diet recommendations of your friends and the internet, and brought a lot of diet supplements and weight loss gadgets you saw on television. Welcome, my friends. I'm here with another video about quitting sugar and carbs, and this time about weight loss and why you're not losing weight. Click the link in the description of this video to access your free one-day keto-friendly meal plan. This is Gerald, your health coach and chef. Let's begin. If you have seen my earlier videos about low carbohydrate foods, you must know by now how our body functions, how it creates energy, and how the body uses energy. But to refresh your memory, and for the benefit of those who have just found us on YouTube, here is just a quick summary. Calories are the measure of energy released by the body when it breaks down or metabolizes food. The higher the calorie count of food, the more energy it can provide for the body. There are three sources of energy that our body uses for all our bodily functions: glucose from carbohydrates, fatty acids from fats, and amino acids from proteins. Since calories are what the body burns as energy, it is important that our bodies get the right amount of calories for the amount of bodily functions they perform every day. Right, champ? The problem is, in most cases, we consume more calories than what our body actually needs. How? By eating more food than we really need. And, in a lot of cases, in fluctuating volume. What do I mean by that? Do you skip meals thinking that it helps you eat less? Do you tend to eat more at dinner time? Do you binge? That is what I mean by fluctuating volumes. Also, did you know that skipping meals results in slower metabolism, making it harder for you to lose weight? When our bodies take in more calories than what our bodies need, the extra calories that end up metabolized as glucose are stored as body fat, and this fat is mostly stored in our bellies. In layman's terms, we eat more than what our bodies burn. So, you ask, I have been spending hours and hours in the gym, but my weight drops by just a few pounds. It can be immensely frustrating when your body loss is not equal to the amount of time you spend in the gym or exercising. What gives? Here are three reasons why your weight does not drop as much as you expect it to dive. Number 1, you end up eating a lot of extra calories. As I have mentioned in our first two videos, calories are not what count or control, but carbs or carbohydrates. Of all the three sources of energy, carbohydrates, protein, and fats, carbohydrates are the largest source of excess calories, which is turned into stored fat. It is natural that we eat more. Pancakes, bread, rice, desserts, soda, donuts, chips, French fries, the list goes on and on. How do carbohydrates turn into stored body fat? Watch our video on low-carb diet and you will find out. It's an elaborate process, but the short of it is that carbohydrates turn into glucose, and extra glucose is stored as body fat. When you reduce your intake of carbohydrate, what the body will use as fuel will be the fat. And when you increase your fat intake, it will replace glucose as the source of fuel for the body. When your body starts to use fats as the primary calorie source, it becomes your primary fuel source. Your metabolism then becomes trained to use fat efficiently. This process is called ketosis. It is when fat is used as the primary source of energy because of insufficient carbohydrates use. By this, you will not have extra calories to turn into glucose, which is then stored as body fat. Number 2. You do not sleep at least 8 hours every night. Did you know that a lack of quality sleep contributes to obesity? According to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, Adults need 7 or more hours of sleep per night for the best health and well-being. Short sleep duration is defined as less than 7 hours of sleep per 24-hour period. Lack of sleep is linked to several chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and depression. How does lack of sleep affect weight loss? 2 hormones that regulate appetite are ghrelin and leptin. These are called hunger hormones. When a person lacks sleep, this triggers increased levels of ghrelin, which is regulated to hunger, and decreased levels of leptin, which is related to feeling full, resulting in increased feelings of hunger and appetite, respectively. Have you experienced a craving for food after a long night of grueling work or studies? When you had to work through the night to finish a presentation or study for an exam, even after all through the night, you have been devouring unlimited super cold soda, chocolates, chips, nuts, or maybe even milk teas while you're working just to keep you awake? That's carboloading without you noticing it. And because of that, you have triggered the hunger hormones by not getting enough sleep. Obesity persists with a high carbohydrate diet and slowed down metabolism. I have a friend who has been on a packed noodle lunch to control her food intake and lose weight, but she did not do it for so long that she suffered from kidney stones. But she didn't lose weight. She was big-bellied. But when she switched to an 8-hour sleeping routine, stopped the packed noodle lunch, and ate rice, she lost belly fat. She lost weight. And I am a believer in the 8-hour sleep for weight loss. One tip I would like to share to help you change your routine. This is called the if-then strategy. If you have a challenge in stopping an obsessive routine or habit, do this for every challenge you have. Write down all of your challenges and do this if-then for every challenge. To illustrate a situation related to the lack of sleep because of work, if you say, if it is 5 p.m., then I will turn off my computer and go out for a walk. Or you binge watch Netflix to the wee hours of the morning. If I see the remote, then I will pick up my sneakers and go out for a run or a walk or a bike around the block or whatever you can do for a diversion. Just anything good that will replace or divert your attention from the remote that automatically hooks you to Netflix. Will you try and let me know how this works for you? If you have an experience with this, please share it in the comments below so we can all learn from your experience. Number 3, you do not exercise for at least 20 minutes daily. Another fun fact for weight loss, did you know that increasing your muscle mass results in weight loss? While we are on the fun fact subject, it's not true that muscles weigh heavier than fat. Of course not. A pound of muscle is the same as a pound of fat, right? The difference is that muscle is more dense than fat. So, when you gain muscle mass, you appear slimmer because you lose fat bulges. Now, does having more muscle mass result in weight loss? Resistance training facilitates fat loss and increases muscle mass. If you're doing a lot of resistance training and you gain muscles, you may not tip the scales down very much, but you will increase your resting metabolic rate, RMR. Resting metabolic rate is the burning of calories while at rest. Naturally, we burn calories when we go on a run or a jog or a walk or skip rope, whatever the case may be. But resting metabolic rate means you also burn calories while you sit on your computer doing your homework or your report or watch TV. Or would you believe even while you sleep? You increase your resting metabolic rate by increasing your muscle mass. It doesn't mean you need to lift heavy weights or build muscle mass. Simply hand weight exercises like bicep curls, overhead press, tricep or squats, lunges, and the classic abdominal crunches for your core do the trick. Ask your neighborhood gym for advice on the best core exercises for you. Or ask me, Gerald, your health coach. Remember, the more lean muscles you have, the more calories you will burn even when at rest. And what is the biggest muscle mass in our body? The largest muscle mass in the body is the gluteus maximus, or what is commonly known as our buttocks. Work that muscle out and your resting metabolism will speed up. Drop a note in the comments and let me know what you learned from this video today. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope this video helps you to understand the certain principles and habits that are beneficial when it comes to choosing your food wisely and losing weight, and creating a new, healthy paleo lifestyle. And if you're interested in watching more videos like this one, click the link in the description for your one-day keto-friendly meal plan. Then, hit the subscribe button and change its color to a beautiful red. See you in the next video.